What if I told you that the financial system we all rely on, the system that dictates how we earn, save, and spend, was already rigged for a final showdown? That the rules of the money game are not what they seem, and the end game is closer than most of us realize. Today, we're diving into the final stage of the money game, tracing its origins, its rise, the cracks that nearly shattered it, and the patterns that keep repeating. By the end, you'll see the system not as it is but as it was always designed to be, and you might never look at money the same way again. The story begins not in our lifetime, but over a century ago. In 1913, a small group of powerful financiers reshaped the global financial landscape with the creation of the Federal Reserve. Their mission: to control the supply of money, stabilize or manipulate economy, and ensure that wealth remained concentrated at the top. Key figures like J.P. Morgan, Paul Warburg, and later the architects of Bretton Woods understood a simple truth: whoever controls money controls power, and money, unlike other assets, has a hidden rulebook. It can expand contract, disappear, or reappear at the whim of those who wield it. But here's the twist. The system that promised stability also guaranteed volatility. Every bubble, every crash, and every bailout was not just a consequence, it was a feature. Let's go back even further. The concept of money as we know it, fiat currency backed by trust rather than gold, was born out of necessity during wars and crises. Governments needed a way to mobilize resources without depleting their treasuries. This innovation worked until it didn't. By the early 20th century, the stage was set for a global money game. Bankers and governments alike discovered a shocking principle. They could manipulate currency, credit, and debt in ways that gave them almost godlike control over entire economies. And once that principle was unleashed, there was no turning back. Rise of the system. With the creation of central banks and global financial networks, money became a game of leverage. Credit exploded, markets soared, and fortunes multiplied. Ordinary people, lured by the promise of easy wealth, joined the game, often unaware that the rules were stacked against them. From the roaring 1920s to the post-war economic expansion, the system seemed unstoppable, but the seeds of instability were quietly growing. Speculation, inequality, and a reliance on perpetual growth would eventually force a reckoning. And then, history repeated itself. The Great Depression, the dot-com crash, the 2008 financial meltdown, all. The evidence pointed to the same conclusion. The game has a final stage, when debt surpasses reality, when speculation overtakes production. The system strains and collapses under its own weight. The fallout was devastating. Millions lost homes, jobs, and trust in institutions. Governments intervened, printing more money, bailing out banks, and promising reforms. Yet each fix only postponed the inevitable next cycle. Every attempt to stabilize the system has been a double-edged sword. Quantitative easing, zero-interest policies, and global bailouts kept economies afloat, but also amplified inequality and risk. The game entered its final stage, where the difference between winners and losers became almost absolute, visual. Crypto, AI trading, global debt clocks. Today, the patterns are unmistakable. Global debt exceeds $300 trillion. Wealth is concentrated in fewer hands than ever before. New financial instruments, crypto, derivatives, algorithmic trading are simply the latest moves in a centuries-old game. Even more shocking, every crash, every bailout, every debt cycle mirrors the patterns from the last century. The final stage isn't coming, it's here. Money is a game, and the rules are controlled by those at the top. Understanding the structure gives you the first advantage. Crises are inevitable, not accidental. History shows us that collapses are designed features, not bugs. Survival depends on awareness and adaptability. Those who understand patterns, leverage knowledge, and diversify strategies are best positioned for the endgame. The final stage of the money game is no longer theoretical. It's a challenge to every individual who relies on the illusion of stability. The warning is clear. Blind trust in any system, financial, political, or technological, lies. Dangerous. Understanding the rules is no longer optional. If you want to navigate this game wisely, you need knowledge, foresight, and a willingness to question everything you've been taught about money. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join us as we uncover the moves, the strategies, and the hidden forces shaping the ultimate game of wealth and power. Because in the money game, every second counts and the final stage is already in motion.